And now we're audible. Live and
I guess I'm gonna do this. I never wear my hat backward.
Be like, cool. I was just talking about this yesterday.
Hair through.
Do you think like girls who wear their hat backwards are just like stupid sluts?
Yeah, you did say that yesterday.
You think that's true or not?
I said I think they could also be dykes.
Oh yeah. But those two things are not mutually exclusive.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. After I said it, and I was like, I think about a lot of dykes probably fuck a lot of dykes.
And probably a lot of them are stupid.
I forgot about that part.
I mean, why would you want to be gay? You must be stupid.
So you could wear your hat cool.
Man, that looks so cool. Do you think that people will be offended by my man spreading?
They should be.
Put this one down a little bit.
No, I don't know.
I think things have calmed down a little bit. What do you think? Like, things just
attached. Oh, your computer was just saying the top was attached to the bottom.
Yeah, it comes off. Do you think things have calmed down lately?
Calm down?
Yeah.
Sorry, in what? Everything?
Like it doesn't feel like as much like the end of the world is gonna be imminent.
Oh, I don't know. Somewhat. I don't know. I feel like from time to time I'll also just have these like moments of like
where you're like, woo! Where you get electrocuted, you put your finger in a socket and your hair stands up.
Just these moments of dread. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I know what you mean.
There's a moment that the worst. It's like these moments where I just realize I'm like, the worst hasn't come yet. It's about to, maybe. You know? You ever feel that way? Like shit's about to get like boom, worse.
I worry about it sometimes, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm saying. Just like moments. There's these moments of like, oh,
I have like
it's so much worse.
Yeah, dude. It only took so little for everybody to lose their fucking shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To change the whole world.
It's totally
so little.
I don't want to sound like a fucking. Are there names for people that are like really into Rogan?
What name?
I don't want to sound like the fucking Joe Schmo.
Joe Schmo, a Roganite.
A Roganite? Yeah.
I just made that.
But he often brings this up before this shit happened. And then, it totally makes sense. So there's such a thin, like, line. There's like a very thin, like, I don't know how to describe it. Veil between, like, that keeps us like
there's like very weak support system that separates our normal world from just absolute fucking chaos.
Yeah. From what we actually are, fucking animals that were that came from the whole world around us that are animals as well that fucking kill each other.
What's the quote?
Fuck each other.
I've heard
rape each other. All sorts of shit.
I've heard this. We're only 9 meals away from anarchy or something. We're 9 meals away from.
Heard that. 9?
I don't know. I think that's the number. 9 meals away from. Because that's 3 days. If you look that quote up, we're only 9 meals away from something. Basically, the idea is if their food supply got shut off, after that people didn't eat for 9 meals, they would fucking. I guess go crazy and shit. What do you think?
Well, I mean, that kind of makes sense. Your body. I mean, if you don't eat for 9 meals, your body is gonna it's not. Your mind's not gonna fully be in control of your body anymore. I don't think.
I guess so.
And well, it depends on who you are. Right? There's a whole range. There's some people that if they miss 1 meal.
Well, I'm just meaning just the panic of like not knowing where the next bite of food is going to come from.
Yeah.
Would definitely.
But that's what I'm saying too, though. It's like the panic is also something that your mind will not be in control of the amount of panic you will have at that point.
Yeah, but I'm saying collectively, like it's going to a collective
I
panic.
think we're both saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm just saying like each individual, but then that is everybody. Then 9 meals. I would say on the average, 3 meals. Majority of people, or 3 days, the majority of people are going to lose their shit. There's going to be people.
But once some people start losing their shit, everybody will fall in line because it's going to be just like when people started buying up all the toilet paper.
Yeah.
Everybody had to fall in line because what are you going to do? Just not have any?
Yeah.
Okay, what does it say?
There are only 9 meals between mankind and anarchy, by Alfred Henry Lewis in 1906. If there were an interruption in the supply of food, fear would set in immediately. After only 9 missed meals, it's not unlikely that we'd panic and be prepared to commit a crime to acquire food.
Yeah.
Oh, it's from a site called NMFA, 9 Meals from Anarchy.
I think if I was the ruler or the leader or whatever, my priority would be getting everybody prepared for whatever. Just so shit doesn't happen like this. Like, everybody just needs to be prepared. Everybody needs to be self-sufficient.
I think it's like the Netherlands that prepares for like a flood. I don't know exactly. Some Scandinavian country. I don't know. So I think the Netherlands might not even be Scandinavian.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. Either way.
It's on the cusp if it's not.
It's Northern Europe. Very white people. I think the Netherlands is below sea level, the whole country.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's why they have those canals and shit.
Oh yeah, they do?
Yeah, I've seen those things.
But they the whole fucking place is underwater. So it's not actually underwater. It's below sea level.
It's like New Orleans, right?
Yeah. So they plan, the way that they plan for that shit, the way they build to make sure the city doesn't get destroyed, is they plan for the worst possible storm that can happen in like 1,000 years. That's what they calculate.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Like, why fucking not? Like, because your existence is gone if you don't.
Yeah, I would. That's what I think. See, I would like to. If you're an individual prepper, though, like they worry about having guns a lot, so they can kill people who are trying to get to their food supply and stuff.
Yeah.
But if everybody did that, then we wouldn't have to worry about killing people who are trying to get our food.
Yeah.
So
I told you before that Bob's a prepper from Bob Wood.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I remember whenever he first told me about it, I was like, oh, okay. Because he was like, yeah, it's a hobby of mine. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. I mean, I would never go that far into that kind of thing or whatever.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, well, shit.
Yeah.
I should have paid more attention. Not thought like it's not something I would ever want.
Well, I've thought about it a lot over the past just years.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's too late. See, that's the thing.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, definitely not too late. Like the thing is, it keeps seeming like it might be too late, and then you're gonna really wish that you had prepared now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know where to begin on that. Because the biggest thing to me is like, well, how am I going to keep a steady supply of meat? Meat, yeah. How are you going to keep that shit?
Yeah. I guess you could just do like basic prepping stuff, like have like 14 days worth of stuff at all times.
Oh, yeah, 14?
Yeah, I think that's what the recommendation is by like some government entity or whatever. Have 14 days worth of food and water.
Oh,
just in case something happens.
Oh, like if your water supply is cut off too.
Yeah. Can I just drink out of the creek though? What if I boil creek water? Can I drink that?
Well, no, unless you can't boil it. Well, you can always start a fire, I guess.
Yeah, as long as you have something to start it with.
Yeah.
Man, this is bleak.
Huh?
This is such a bleak way to start.
Yeah, now that we're getting into this, it's like, oh shit. There's all it's like, whoa, you're gonna have this, you're gonna have that, man. Just get yourself a gun. Mm-hmm. That's the number one way to prep. First thing you want to do is get yourself a gun, so that if you're not prepped for everything else, you can at least kill yourself.
I thought of that as like a prepping video, like, see, shit hits the fan. Here's my prepping plan. See, this is a noose I'm gonna hang myself with. This is a knife that's gonna slit my throat
I
with.
practice once a week.
Yeah. With blanks. What do you got?
Thank
Keto
you.
snaps.
Oh, sweet.
Choco keto snaps.
Yeah.
Looks good.
It did look good.
It's 85%
Right here.
Cacao.
Our first sponsor.
There you go.
Thanks, Arlene.
You're welcome. And I got like 5 bags of coffee. They
Okay.
were $3 off,
Nice.
and
Sweet.
so that's $15 savings.
In your
In-
pocket, $15.
Yeah, well,
Sweet.
we'll drink the coffee.
Mhm.
I mean,
That's one bag of coffee?
yeah, I got 5 of these.
Jesus.
I know, but we go through this
Where,
so
at
quickly.
Costco?
Yeah, we
Oh,
go
okay.
through this like really quickly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I should have offered you some coffee.
Oh, and then for your lady listeners,
Ole, ole.
this is the
Ole,
best
ole,
moisturizer, and it was on sale also. Get the sensitive though. Has no
For
fragrance.
all the lady listeners.
Exactly.
Mm.
Are the chocolate things good?
Is it good?
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dark chocolate, coconut and almonds, and sea salt. Or, as they say in France, chocolat noir, noix de coco, et amande, et sel de mer.
Your French accent sounds like I don't know what it sounds like. It sounds like some comedy language or something. some made up cartoon language.
I was in that one place twice.
What play? The universal language?
Mhm.
You did that twice?
I did it another time in college.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Was it just that play, or did you do
Alex,
the whole all in the timing thing?
Just that play. Alex Turberfield, I think.
Yeah.
Was it Alex Turberfield that directed it? I think it was.
The universal language.
For his directing class.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it both times.
You like doing it the second time better?
I liked them both times a lot. I really like that play. It's a lot
Okay.
of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just thinking about this. Okay. You know who I think, besides Bryan Cranston, you know who I think could play Walter White?
Walter White.
Yeah.
Other than Bryan Cranston.
Yeah. All right. Keep an open mind, okay?
Walter Harris.
Tim Allen.
And
I think he'd do a good job.
JTT is Jesse.
Yeah, why not? Well, I don't know. Maybe not. But I think Tim Allen could really think about that. Has Tim Allen ever done a movie where he gets dark?
Has he ever done? I don't know. I don't
I feel like he could.
I
You
don't
know what I mean?
Go back to his old cocaine days.
Yeah. Do you disagree with that? Tim
I don't
Allen,
know. I
okay, good?
mean, I can't. I don't like agree. I don't. That I'd have to. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see it, but I don't know if I'd watch all 5 seasons.
They should do a Breaking Bad the movie.
Repeat.
Just the movie where it just sums up the whole series in one 2-hour movie and have Tim Allen play Walter White.
Might be too old now. How old is that motherfucker now?
You know who I think would not make a good Walter White? Arnold Schwarzenegger. He could not play Walter White. I want to see more Arnold. I want to see more of like Arnold Schwarzenegger's comedic movies, like Twins.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
was just talking about how I never saw that.
Well, even his action movies, they got some comedy in them.
I think that his action movies are mostly intentionally funny.
Yeah, yeah.
I did a paper on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When I was in college.
The intentional comedy and Arnold Schwarzenegger's action movies.
Basically. Well, no, I don't.
What'd you call it?
I don't know. I don't remember. I was so bad at writing papers. I basically just filled them up with as much bullshit as I could without. I was not good at writing. We never wrote papers in high school. Did you write papers in high school?
I did a few. I had AP English 11th to 12th grade. So we did some papers there.
But normally we just like watch videos and stuff and do
really, man? What
PowerPoint presentations.
Why are they having your papers? This doesn't make any sense. That's what the English professor I had in my first semester in college. I took 2 AP classes, so I got to skip 1 fucking English class. So yeah, he was talking about how they don't, the stuff he was teaching us is like they used to teach us this in high school. It's like they're not teaching kids in high school how to write anymore. So I'm gonna teach you guys how to write, and here it is. You follow these rules to make writing a lot easier. And it definitely did, because I had written papers before, but I never had like the clarity that I got in that classroom.
Really?
Yeah. Shout out to Greg Frazier, who will never see this podcast, but he's a great teacher. He's actually a poet as well. He teaches poetry. But that was his like English 1102, and yeah, it was interesting to hear him talk about how they used to fucking teach that shit in high school, and now they're just
I
don't know.
Wonder what happened.
I don't know why they think people don't need to write anymore. Like of all things,
it's because PowerPoint came out. Now they just do PowerPoint presentations.
Of all things, but either way, I'm like still writing a paper, like making an argument, is important. Of all things to like be fucking important, not throw out like formulating an argument is pretty goddamn important.
Yeah.
Using language and understanding language, understanding what you're reading and being able to like give it back is pretty fucking important.
I never knew until I was in college. I never knew like the whole concept of if you're going to make a point, you have to actually back it up with stuff.
Yeah.
I would just like say stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is like this, but after learning about all that, it's like, oh yeah, everything needs to be backed up with some kind of reason or some kind of like logic or some kind of example.
Like, why the fuck don't they teach that in high school? And it seems to make sense to teach that in high school.
It's just daycare for the most part, I think.
Yeah.
Which
like math does in a way, because math are always like show your work, but you can't like. It's not the same as transforming it to language.
Yeah, I could not pay attention in math class. Like, I was so bad at math just because I couldn't pay attention, and then I would like miss one detail and then forever I just couldn't. I'd be lost.
Yeah. But you see what I mean, though? If they make you show your work, and they have like your argument there, so they can point out like, here's where you went wrong.
Yeah, I guess so. It's a little different though than.
Yeah, it is different. That's what I'm saying. Like they kind of make you do it, but it doesn't translate.
I think math is actually the only subject that's not bullshit.
It's not bullshit?
Yeah, in high school. Like at least for me, like that was the only one that was actually like not just like watching videos and stuff.
I really liked I guess I had AP English, but I really liked that my senior year, first semester AP English class, because of the teacher, like she ended up getting osteoporosis and wasn't able to be there anymore. She was a teacher that I also like a lot. Miss Maston was her name.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, she's I really didn't like her at first in the class, but later on I came to really appreciate her. Because I don't know why, but I thought she was kind of just a bitch. And a lot of people felt that about her. Yeah, and I remember like we had to have like a writing journal, and in my journal I'd write about how I thought she was wrong about things. And she had like one of the notes she wrote in my journal was like, "You really don't like me, huh?" But she was also like kind of shitty towards Meredith, my girlfriend at the time. I thought she was shitty towards her. Looking back, she probably wasn't.
Oh, really?
It was probably more that she was being a real fucking teacher and she was challenging things people said, which is important. There's one time that she said she made some comment about how we're all in these little boxes just growing up in Fayetteville or whatever. And I got really offended by those. Like, who are you to say that we're all in little boxes? Like, I didn't even grow up here. Like, my dad was in the military, I moved around, all that shit. Like, making that like argument, like telling me I'm in a fucking box.
You said that out loud to her?
Like in class, I didn't say fuck it, but I did say it in class. Like, why are you saying that we're in boxes?
Yeah.
I don't know if I said that or if I wrote it. I think I may have said it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But either way, like a few years later, I thought about it. I was like, man, I was in a fucking box. Like, especially like that's probably why I got defensive because I probably was fucking sheltered in some way. I didn't like being called out for it.
So who would not be in a box? Like, where would you live where you weren't in a box?
No, she didn't mean like a box like a house.
No.
Oh, wait, what do you mean?
A bubble. She meant like you're in a little bubble.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So where would you have lived where that wouldn't have been the case?
I don't know.
Idaho?
I think she was just saying that we didn't. I don't know. We hadn't expanded our mind. We hadn't.
Okay, your experience is limited to what you know and what's around you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she was saying in a way that sounded like it seemed negative.
Yeah.
The way she was framing it. But I think she was right.
Yeah.
Looking back.
I remember one time somebody said they mentioned that we were in the suburbs, and then one kid in my class was like, "Hey, don't say that. That doesn't sound good to be from the suburbs."
Why?
Because he wanted to be cool. He wanted to be from the streets, you know.
Oh yeah. There's streets everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I think it's funny that people talk about like street, like in martial arts, people talk about wearing your street clothes. Like, what kind of street are you walking at? You're just walking down the street all the time, like on a video game, like on Double Dragon, where you're just walking down the street and you start punching people. You know what I'm talking about?
Wait, street clothes?
Yeah, street clothes.
Street clothes. I thought that means it's like regular clothes you wear.
Yeah, but why is it called street clothes? Are you on a street?
Oh.
Are you just walking down the street all the time?
So.
You know, I think maybe some people have to walk on sidewalks a lot if they live like in a city where things are walking distance. But
so you're saying actually walking on the street rather than on the sidewalk?
No, I'm saying like most people probably
aren't walking a lot.
Yeah, I guess so.
They're mostly driving around.
Yeah, and then when I think of the street, also I think of like this kind of tough, like.
Oh, you think like the streets, like growing up in the streets.
I'm from the streets, man. You know what I mean?
So that's how you're seeing street clothes.
Yeah, street clothes.
Oh, okay.
I think it's funny because most people like who do like those traditional martial arts are just like a bunch of nerds anyway. You know. They probably don't.
Oh wait, so with jiu-jitsu they don't say street clothes?
Somebody might have said it before, but I haven't heard anybody say street clothes.
Yeah. How else would you differentiate?
I guess you could just say regular clothes.
Life, yeah, whenever you don't have a gi on.
Yeah. A lot of people make that argument about why it's good to wear a gi because they say it's more similar to regular clothes than.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel. I think it's maybe the pants, but.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a businessman, it's got a collar, right?
Yeah, it's got a lapel.
Yeah.
Like a big, thick one that goes around your neck and people use it to choke you and stuff.
Yeah.
And the sleeves, people tie. There's so many weird things you do with the sleeves. You can like take the sleeves and put your feet in the crook of people's elbows and sweep them around and stuff.
Yeah.
I think generally I'd like better not having the gi on than having the gi on.
You think that prepares you more?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's just so many bullshit moves that you got to learn with the gi on that I don't think are like realistic, you know?
How many fucking lapelled businessmen are going to be trying to kick your ass?
Yeah. Man, I grabbed him by his fucking lapel. I went to Cabbage Patch Babyland. That's what this happens.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Get yourself a baby?
Nah, man. It was a stillborn. What if they did? They have like baby birthing ceremonies. What if they, every time they did?
Why do they call them still not alive?
What?
So why don't they call them still not alive?
Still not alive?
Never gonna be borns.
Well, they were born. They were just born stiff and maybe they're not. I don't know. They're just born dead. Born dead.
Yeah.
That sounds like a cool outfit. Who do you think is going to win the presidency?
I don't know, man. That's whenever I think about that, sometimes whenever I have those like moments of dread, where I'm like, either way, something bad's gonna happen. It doesn't fucking matter. I don't think it matters. I think no matter what, some people are gonna flip their fucking shit.
Yeah. I think Trump is gonna win.
I think so too. I don't, but I think if Trump wins, I think that's when people are gonna flip their fucking shit.
Yeah, they're gonna start tearing shit up.
I think if Biden wins, I don't think people are gonna go crazy and like tear shit up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So I feel like if Biden wins, it's just like a dog licking her pussy. That's what's happening here right now. I feel like it's just gonna prolong whatever's going on. You know, like
what's going on?
I don't fucking know, but I feel like he's gonna be like putting a Band-Aid on a big scar, or a Band-Aid on a gushing wound. I don't know the full extent. I can't really say one way or the other about what the severity of what all is going on and how that's going.
What's going on? Like, what do you
people
mean?
Like people are still like, there's still riots popping.
Yeah.
There's still protests.
Okay.
So there's still. I don't pay attention really anymore. I kind of tuned out. It just became like
we kind of get used to the.
It made it happen like too much.
The rioting and stuff.
Yeah, and it's become so. It feels to me like such a mainstream thing to do.
To riot.
Or to protest. I don't know. I don't know how often the riots are popping up. That's the thing. I don't pay attention, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do know some riots have popped up still, and it just seems so accepted that if you think something bad happens, start something that will often at the beginning ends up with some riots. That it will devolve into violence.
Yeah.
And I feel like if Biden gets in, he's going to say all the things and do the things that make those people feel good and happy.
You think he's able to speak in complete sentences like that?
No, I don't know about that.
Hold on.
But I don't think it's about what the fuck he says. Yeah. I don't think it's about what he says at all, or anything, any platform he has, or whatever. I just think he will appease whatever it is that these people have their hopes or whatever that they vested in him. That he doesn't, that I don't think, I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked enough into it, but I can't imagine he's deserving of all those different vested interests. Everybody has different fucking ideas.
Yeah.
About everyone, I feel like all the people that want Biden to be elected have their own different reason of why they feel that it would be good for him to be elected. That he's just this figurehead that would just make them happy in a way.
They just want Trump out.
We're back on top. Yeah, they want Trump out, for sure.
Nobody likes Biden, do they? Who likes Biden?
I think there probably are some people, but I haven't heard any of them. I don't know.
Those people are like people who collect rubber stamps or something. They're like a niche group, probably.
Yeah.
You know?
But I don't know. I feel like it's going to be this thing where they'll calm down, but it's not going to fucking change any problems. Like, no, I don't think it's going to just go back to, it's going to be just business as normal again. Still fucking politicians that have yet to have like this corrupt power pulled away from them.
Yeah.
It's not, and I don't think that Trump can do anything about it, or will do anything about it, or cares to do anything about it, like to fix it or whatever either. But I feel like with Trump, people will continue to at least have to talk about things, because people that are against Trump are really fucking against him and really angry and are talking. And so you got to talk to them and find out maybe what the problem is, as opposed to just like quiet down for now, so that whenever it does resurface, it's even fucking bigger.
Yeah, so that's a good point. Maybe he makes people talk more, like makes people have a conversation because he's a divisive figure.
Yeah, but part of the problem too, though, is that the conversations have still yet to become civil.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but it doesn't. I don't feel like Biden being in will make conversations civil. Well, I feel like it'll make conversations civil, but I don't think they'll be substance anymore.
Yeah. The videos that I see that are really scary to me are the ones that like the stuff that was happening in Stone Mountain of the two different sides that were both really heavily armed.
Yeah.
And they were like arguing with each other, and like they've all got these big rifles and stuff. They could just start battling. Like they just start a straight up war. I mean, it would be a really low tech war. It'd be like fucking the Revolutionary War or some shit. Or not. What would be like a war where would it be like World War II or something? Not even then, because they had planes and stuff. Like just people just shooting each other. That's like low tech and like savage. Like think about if that broke out. And it's so easy. Like all you have to do is one of those people have to go.
Well, I heard. I mean, I guess I should look it up before I start talking about it. But I heard that one group that had rifles did accidentally shoot.
Oh, really?
But they accidentally shot 3 people in their own group.
Okay.
I
mean,
saying that
sense.
shit. I don't know. Should I look it up and fact check it, or just not talk about it anymore so we don't say too much if it's bullshit?
I mean, it's something that definitely is possible. Like accidentally shooting each other. You know.
I would have looked it up. I can't even remember what they're fucking called. They got some ridiculous name, like not gonna fucking take it anymore. It's the not fucking around.
Wait, that sounds familiar. Not
I think
fucking
that is
around.
it, yeah. Not fucking around coalition.
So worst case scenario, I think would be a civil war.
Well, yeah,
What do you
yeah.
think?
Well, worst case scenario would be World War, literal World War.
I guess that's possible.
Everybody. Oh, yeah.
People were talking about that. China had that fight with India. Did you hear about that? Have I talked about that? Where
China fought with India?
Yeah, so they there was some fight that happened on the border of China and India, and 12 Indians, I think, died from it. 12 Indian casualties, and we don't have the numbers of the Chinese casualties. And it was all there was no firearms involved. It was all like boards with nails and stuff.
Was that the Uyghurs or whatever?
I have no idea.
There's like some group in China that, or they're in Hong Kong. I don't fucking know, but they're like against their.
I think it was the Chinese government.
For years, they've been like, no, like the Chinese government against these people. For years, they've been.
It was Chinese
shat on the press
against.
Torture.
I think I know what you're talking about. They're in concentration camps, right?
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that also points towards World War. I mean, we had a World War when there was concentration camps in Germany. That's not
why we did it, but
that was a symptom of why. Well, I guess.
Well, that's a sign that things were fucked up.
Yeah, I guess
so shit was like there was some fucked up shit going on.
Well, no, the reason I think we went to World War II is because Germany was trying to take over the world, right?
Well, also because they finally came and bombed us.
When did they bomb us?
Pearl Harbor.
That was the Japanese.
Well, but they were still together.
The Axis.
Okay,
so I don't get this. I guess this is stuff that like a history person would be able to tell us more. So Germany wanted to take over the world, and they had special interest in a special ethnic group called Aryans. How did Japan come into that scenario? Why were they the allies? And what
I don't
was their goal?
I don't know if it's so much just we want the world, as we have a movement for the world. You know, I mean, Hitler wasn't an idiot. He knew that he had to. He knew that he had to like get people together to try to get this shit done.
Yeah.
So he needed people that had similar mindsets.
What was Japan's?
I don't know enough about what Japan's fucking.
And why did they bomb Pearl Harbor?
To fucking get the Americans before the Americans jumped in. They were trying to go at them. I don't know. They were trying to take out. It was like a military base.
Yeah, I know it's a military base, but why bomb it?
I think everybody like. FDR had been trying to get America into the war, but the people did not want to go to war.
Yeah.
He'd been trying in different ways. So I think they probably picked up, I think America's going to come in. Let's fucking stop them before they get in. Let's fuck them up.
Oh, they thought that would stop them?
I don't know if they thought it would stop them or they thought they could fuck them up enough by like destroying a shit ton of their naval fleet, you know?
Oh, I didn't even know like it was that much.
No, I don't think they did destroy as much as they wanted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because some people ended up fighting back and shooting down some of those planes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. There would be.
That's why, like, there's that story, like, Cuba Gooding Jr. and Pearl Harbor is based off a.
That's a movie.
Real, yeah, Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
Ben Affleck, Kate Beckinsale. It's silly, like.
I need to watch
romance.
Oh, it's not good.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen it forever, but it was like it's mainly a romance story.
Okay.
But some of it's based in truth. Cuba Gooding Jr. plays.
Radio in that movie, right?
He plays a guy that really was a cook on the ship, and whenever the ship went down, he went up, got on the guns, and started blasting at the
shit. I guess he was still a soldier,
planes.
though, right? Yeah, he was still a soldier, though.
Yeah, but he wasn't like a trained gunner.
Oh, really?
No.
Huh.
I don't think so. I think he was just a ship cook, and he just fucking because I think that's the whole like what's great about his story is that he just stepped up and said, "Fuck this."
Yeah. But you know what's really weird?
But shit, this really did happen. I found
What?
it. Shots rang out in Louisville, Kentucky on Saturday. This is from July 25th. As hundreds of members of heavily armed militia groups converged on the city for a protest against police brutality. Louisville police confirmed 3 people were injured when a gun discharged as members of the Not Fucking Around coalition. An all-black militia gathered in Baxter Park shortly before 1 p.m. Described the shooting as negligent, no charges at this time, and no outstanding suspects. I'm not seeing anything. The Infax founder, Atlanta-based rapper and DJ John J. Johnson. He's the one that started. No, Not Fucking Around. Said in the YouTube video, the march was response to the death of Breonna Taylor.
I feel that was like a Sam Harris type of response. Sam Harris, he's always going, You know his mom created Golden Girls?
What?
Yeah, I think that's true.
Wow.
No, it is true.
That's funny.
We've been watching Golden Girls lately.
Well, I'm not seeing exactly, but I'm pretty sure it was like an accident. It was just somebody, from what I heard, it was somebody just had their fucking finger on the trigger and didn't have their safety on. And actually, oh shit!
Like
you guys okay?
They're like the Three Stooges, except with actual violence.
Yeah.
It's not funny. Well, it's funny, but it's not. I mean, it's serious, but
yeah. But
still, serious stuff can be funny.
Yeah, I mean, the funniest things usually come from a serious thing, I think.
Not to belittle the.
No, I don't think belittle it.
Yeah, or not belittle, but what's the right word for it?
I know what you're saying.
Be disrespectful or whatever.
Yeah. We'll let you know when we're being disrespectful.
Hey, I'm not being disrespectful until I say
Hey, you
so.
look like you're in the Navy right now.
It's just like a nurse's hat, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would be a bitch-ass nurse in the Navy. No offense to nurses. Just offense to bitch-ass nurses.
Oh, okay. So going back to the conflict on the border of China and India was happening a few months ago. Supposedly, a few days before that, China was sending in martial artists and mountain climbers to the area.
Oh, I think you did tell me about this.
So it sounds really crazy.
Martial artists and mountain climbers.
Yeah, so I guess because it's the
Were
border.
they martial artists mountain climbers?
I don't know. I think that it was.
Where they put the martial artists on their back.
That sounds like a real like SNES type of.
Yeah.
That would be a fun game.
Like Ace Ventura 2. Whenever the little guy comes in to fight Jim Carrey.
Oh
It's,
yeah,
Tommy Davidson.
I saw Ace Ventura Part 2 way more than I saw Part 1. I saw
Me
it
too.
first actually.
Because I owned it on VHS.
Yeah, me too. And
I saw it
really
first.
liked it.
Yeah.
I remember when I was younger, I had a dream that I saw Ace Ventura Part 1 before I ever saw it. And I knew it was an old movie, so in my dream it was in black and white. I knew it was older than the second one. But the guy who directed the second one, he's really funny. He has all those thumb movies, like the
Steve Odekirk? I think he did the first one too.
Really?
I don't know if he directed. I think he was involved with the writing of both of them.
Kung Pao, that movie.
Yeah.
That Kung Fu movie.
I used to get him confused with Bob Odenkirk. Odenkirk and Odenkirk. I thought Steve Odenkirk was the one on Breaking Bad. And then I found out later, I was like, oh, Steve Odekirk's not Bob
I was about to
Odenkirk.
say, hey, I bet Bob Odenkirk would be a good Walter White. But he's already in that show.
Yeah.
So they should just switch roles. What if they switched roles? What if one episode they just switched roles? That's what I would do.
Man, he also wrote Bruce Almighty. Well, did some writing at least. I think he worked with Jim Carrey a lot, Steve Odekirk.
Okay. I really like his silly, goofy. Is he Canadian by chance?
He did just direct the second one.
His sense of humor is kind of it has a Canadian thing to it because he's really silly and goofy.
Oh, and he wrote one of early Jim Carrey movie, High Strung, before he was famous, where Jim Carrey plays Death.
Oh, really?
Death / the devil. It's I remember I saw that one time and I really liked it when I was a kid.
Was he born in?
Oh, he just wrote the second one and directed the second one. Huh.
Yeah.
Was he born what?
In Canada.
Find out.
Because I wouldn't be surprised because his sense of humor is there's something specific about the Canadian sense of humor. It's sillier, it's goofier, it's more fun.
This is one of those crazy, insane bios.
Where the fuck
It
you
seems
born?
like he wrote that shit himself. Mm-hmm. Steve Odekirk, the Academy Award nominated multi-hyphenate, has built.
Hyphenate.
Yeah, that means he's a writer, director, actor. Hyphens. It's fucking silly. Has built an extraordinary career, experiencing vast success in writing, directing, producing, acting, stand-up comedy, and computer-generated animation. He has written and directed films that have grossed over $1.9 billion at worldwide box office, including such blockbusters as Bruce Almighty, the Ace Ventura franchise, The Nutty Professor, and Patch Adams.
Oh, The Nutty Professor. That's a good one. Ooh, you heard that dog poot?
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah, what do you think it was?
Odekirk is currently prepping his next round of blockbuster feature films and TV series.
Going to be
I'm
blockbusters.
prepping, yeah. Okay.
At least we had one prepper
Can't figure out what the hell he's from.
in the house.
It's just fucking all of his goddamn credits.
Hey Siri.
Care about that.
Hey Siri.
I don't have her active.
Okay, Google. Hey Cortana. I've got all the ladies. Hey Cortana. Where's Bob Odenkirk from?
Oh, born L.A.
Man, he's some fucking born. Wait, he's born in 81?
61.
Okay, makes more sense. Some fucking bullshit born into the entertainment industry. I don't give a shit about him anymore. Born in LA. Try being born in Canada, coming across the border. Then I care about you. But okay, so what was I talking about?
People, martial artists.
Oh yeah, so it's crazy.
Mountain climbers.
So yeah, India is our ally, right? So
They are.
yeah, you know that shit.
I don't know.
India is our ally.
Ally, like what? We're like, hey, if there's ever a war, we're gonna fight together.
I guess so. Yeah, our allies are pretty much I think there's some neutral countries, but our allies are pretty much, I think definitely UK, Probably like France and fucking Italy or some shit. Probably Mexico and Canada.
I guess I never considered that we like still held on to allies, like still held on, like, hey guys, you guys are gonna fight with me, right?
Our enemies are Venezuela, Cuba, China, North Korea. What else?
Russia?
I don't know about Russia. I think Russia's technically like our. I'm not sure about this, but I think they may technically be an ally, but it's like
double crossing, two-faced, backstabbing motherfuckers is what they are.
It's one that like. Why do you say that?
Because they're playing for both sides. I don't know.
I think they may technically be our ally right now, but it's like a real skeptical relationship.
Yeah.
Russia.
Can't trust them.
Or they might not be. I don't know. But definitely China, Venezuela, Cuba. Those are North Korea. Those are definitely.
Why Venezuela? What are they up to?
They're communist.
Oh, they are.
I think so.
Are they countries like killing their people or something?
I don't know. They're
burning shit.
Who's burning
shit down the forest?
They have really bad inflation.
Yeah, so their money is they're
starving.
Yeah, they're starving. There's like their money is not worth anything. People are just throwing like cash out in the street because it's not worth anything.
Oh, is that where like that old city is? Is that where like that really like I don't remember what fucking thing it is. Like you got to go up into the mountains and there's
Machu Picchu. That's in Peru.
No, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about Venezuela.
I don't either. I just know that there's a starving communist country. And like NBC or something, Rachel Maddow did a report on them. She went to like a grocery store in Venezuela. Like, look, they got all this food here. What are you guys talking about?
It was all like Kraft macaroni and cheese. It was like stuff that she clearly stuck in.
And she brought it with her.
Yeah, Trader Joe's coffee.
But yeah, I don't know. It seems like just mainly like the communist type countries are. It's like communism versus non-communism for whatever reason. I don't know. I guess
it's still sticking around. I mean, I guess it makes sense. There's such different forms of government.
Well, I think it's the authoritarian nature of it that because you think about Northern European countries, they have like really socialist governments. But they're like our allies, but they're not communist. So I think socialism it just has less of like an authoritarian type of vibe than communism does.
Yeah.
So for that reason, we can get along with you.
Yeah. Where it seems like communism often maybe the authoritarian thing is needed because they've got to
make
sure everything looks good.
So you have to distribute wealth, right?
Yeah.
You have to be like, no, you have to wait in the bread line. You can't wait. So I used to know a guy who escaped from Cuba, and he was obviously very anti-communist, right? And he was like, they have a dictator down there, and he don't want you to smile. He don't want you to laugh. If you try to sell something, like if you're selling vegetables, he'd be like, hey, why are you selling my vegetables?
God damn.
And he told stories about eating cats and pigeons and frogs just because they don't have food or enough food to go around or whatever. And he said he kept trying to escape just over and over again. He would get on the boat and he would get caught and go to prison. As soon as he got out, he would go try to escape again.
Man, that's fucking crazy. They won't even let him get out of the country. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess they fucking need him for work or whatever they need him to do.
I guess
if everybody left the country, there'd be nobody there to, I don't know.
They would just
keep the country alive.
Yeah. What's the point of having the country at that point? Nobody wants to be there.
But yeah.
Same thing with North Korea.
Nobody's allowed to say they don't want to be there. Else they get their ass fucking beaten.
I bet so. Yeah, North Korea supposedly same thing. Like you're not allowed to leave.
Yeah.
So it seems like
interesting.
I think a system of government that doesn't let you leave, I don't feel good about it, you know?
Yeah. I think that's A lot of people are, feel like we should let more people in. I think it's better to be in a country that doesn't let other people in than a country that doesn't let you leave.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
So we're
If
definitely.
you don't like the country that is like, well, I can't believe they're not letting anybody in. Fuck these people. I'm getting out of here. It's a lot better. I can't believe they're letting all these people in. Fuck these people. I'm staying.
Yeah. It's pretty hard to leave the U.S. at the moment. I think you can go to Mexico. You can't go to
just
Canada.
because nobody wants
Nobody
us.
wants us. Yeah, because we're sick. They don't want us to get them sick. Well, I think this is what Arlene was saying. The reason we can't go to Canada is because their healthcare is socialized. So the government has an interest to not get their people sick. So
in
we
Canada.
have a lot of sickness here. So if we go to Canada, we might put a strain on their healthcare system, right? Whereas
Double entendre there. A strain.
Oh yeah, strain of the virus.
Yeah. Well, let's find out how good that fucking healthcare system is. Let's go to the border and start coughing.
And then speaking of the protests, this weird thing has been going on lately where a certain group of people has really started protesting against pedophilia.
I've heard about this.
Human trafficking.
You told me about that.
Yeah, so like they were protesting in downtown Cumming the other day, and it seems to be the same group of people who don't want to wear masks, like anti-masker type people.
Yeah.
And the same people who think that Bill Gates is trying to track us and stuff. They're the crowd that, for whatever reason, is really strongly anti-pedophilia right now. Did you hear about that Cuties movie on Netflix?
No.
No? So it's a French movie. And now it's on Netflix now, and basically it's about an 11-year-old girl who joins a twerking dance crew. It's like a coming of age movie.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of uproar about it because people are saying that it sexualizes 11-year-old girls.
I don't know anything about it, so I can't exactly say. But I mean, I've definitely seen just out in stores.
What's your movie? Oh yeah.
Jersey Girl.
What happened in that movie, Arlene?
Jersey Girl?
She was saying that she saw a movie that she thought was like had a bunch of pedophilia dog whistles in, or whatever.
Is that like Kevin Smith?
Yeah, Kevin Smith directed it.
Movie.
Yeah.
So in the movie, it's about this guy. It's Ben Affleck, and
It's the second time he's come up during this podcast.
It's Ben Affleck. This is 2004 when it came out. Ben Affleck is married to Jennifer Lopez. I think they made the movie when they were dating.
Oh.
And Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, they're pregnant. They have a baby. Oh, they live in the city. They have a baby, and she dies during childbirth from brain aneurysm. So it's essentially about him moving out of the city, losing his really cool job, and having to live with his dad in Jersey. I didn't finish the movie, but there's a couple of scenes in the movie that I just don't feel like are appropriate for the storyline. And so his dad, so right when the baby's born, his dad can't take care of the baby. So he's like, hey, you got to bring your baby to work. So he brings the baby to work, and there's a shot of Ben Affleck trying to change the baby's diaper, and he doesn't know how to change a baby's diaper, and it clearly shows the baby's private parts in the movie. And you didn't really need to show the private parts during that scene. And then he's like, oh, and then somebody points out to Ben Affleck, he's like, yeah, you're wiping her wrong. You're wiping her from back to front, and you're going to get poop in her crevice, and shows the vagina of a baby or the privates of the baby. So that was one thing that was really strange to me. And then another thing that was really strange was throughout the movie, it makes references to the little girl peeing throughout the movie, and she's like 8. And basically he's like, hey, remember to flush the toilet after you pee. And it keeps like showing this little girl pee, and shows her like take her panties down and pee. And it's just so weird that it just keeps showing this little girl pee all the time, shows a baby's vagina. And then there's another scene in the movie where the little girl is with this boy, and they're having an innocent moment. But again, it's not really tied to the storyline, but the little girl is like, hey, with the little boy, he's like, hey, if you show me your private parts, I'll show you my private parts. And there's that scene also. So it's like, why are you showing multiple scenes of referencing this little girl's private parts?
Yeah.
It was just very strange.
Yeah.
And I didn't even watch the whole movie. Like, I watched half the movie because it was frankly really fucking boring.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like Kevin Smith, I tried watching the movie his Chasing Amy way back when. I fucking hated it so much. And then somebody told me, they're like, oh, well, if you're going to like anything, you'd like Clerks. So I watched Clerks and I thought that was fucking boring too. I just don't think I like Kevin Smith. But the only thing about it being Kevin Smith is like, if he's like a pedophile, if he's like part of that, I don't feel like he'd be part of that regular ring, because he's not really like that accepted by Hollywood.
I don't know. He had some big
Which doesn't mean, yeah,
in
he
that
does.
movie.
But he's not like he funds a lot of his own shit because people don't really allow him into the circle. Which doesn't mean he's not a pedophile, but
I don't know how much of an influence Kevin Smith has over that type of movie, because it's like
that was also whenever he was bigger, so it could be he fell into that moment, and then maybe after that he's like, fuck this.
But like, isn't Kevin Smith known for making really quirky like comedies?
Yeah, I think so.
Because this was like supposed to be like a feel-good movie. Oh, here's the struggling dad.
Yeah, it was different than.
It was not like a regular.
Smith.
Like, I was actually surprised. Like, I told Josh about the movie and about the weird scenes in it, and I was like, I wonder who. And I told Josh, I was like, this movie's kind of fucked up with all the references to this little girl's private parts.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder who directed this movie. And then that's when I discovered it was a Kevin Smith movie, and thought that was.
I think from what you said, 2004, I could see him totally being like at that time.
Okay, how long do we have? It's got. I can't even read how long we have.
I can't read. I could see him at that time being having bought into Hollywood, and then him leaving.
Probably like
later.
30 seconds or something.
Because later, it's only.
Well, internet needs to get on that Jersey Girl movie, because that shit was fucked up.
Guys, if you bought, it's paused.
We can start over and just end it. I think I'm ready.
Okay. Oh yeah, we're still live on the YouTube. This is the cool part of the movie, cool part of the podcast where we don't say much, we don't say anything.
Do these light bulbs work really good?
Yeah, these light bulbs work good.
I bought the 60 watt. I didn't know if you wanted the 45 or the 60.
Yeah, I think 60 is good, so it'd be nice and bright.
Yeah. Light bulbs are expensive these days.
Oh, really? What do you think?
Yeah, the 3-pack was like $13. Or 4-pack was like $13.
That's outrageous.
So I think they're supposed to last a lot longer. Because light bulbs used to be like fucking $1 each. But they got rid of that, and now everything's supposed to be low energy or whatever.
Yeah. 15. Okay. Oh, I meant to put a towel in there.
Where? Oh.
He's got this thing where he's feel like he really wants his hands to be dry.
What's up?
Okay. We're just playing this one little video and in the stream. Oh, is it live? Okay. So thanks for sticking around watching this whole podcast. We really appreciate that.
Yeah.
My show at the Happy Hour Comedy Club in Anniston's been canceled. So if you already bought tickets for that, then go and
do they refund?
No, I don't even know. Nobody bought tickets. I don't know. Anyway,
if you want to buy tickets for it now, just PayPal me.
Send me some money and then I'll read you a popsicle stick joke. Okay, do you have anything?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay, bye.
Oh, and another thing about the Jersey Girl movie, like Liv